Hearts Therapeutic Equestrian Center is a facility that serves people of all ages with a variety of disabilities, disorders, and medical conditions.
It's a place where people come to get help, to feel included, to feel a part of a family, to feel connected.
We are a PASS-certified premier accredited center. We utilize therapeutic horses both for riding and for groundwork.
Equine therapy is a wonderful alternative or supplement to physical therapy, to cognitive behavioral therapy, to counseling. The way a horse moves mimics the way that we move. The way their hips move mimic the way that we move. So what it does is for those, for instance, in a wheelchair, it allows those muscles that they don't get to use on a day-to-day basis to get fired up and respond to the movement of the horse.
So it's this really unique movement that really benefits our participants or our riders' core muscles. Stabilization, helps with balance, hand-eye coordination, all while horseback riding. So it's a really fun therapy to boot.
You have an instructor, you have volunteers that are there with you on your team, and of course you have the horse. And the relationship that our clients build with the horses is amazing. Often we find children who are nonverbal speak their first words to the horse.
Seeing a child who doesn't speak, who says walk on, that makes everybody cry.
The horses are their therapists. The horses are their best friend when they come in here. They're supportive of them. They allow them to see the world from higher off the ground.
Everyone who comes here tells us that it's a safe and happy place and that they leave better off than when they got here.
We have 3 daughters all together, so 3 girls is a challenge in itself. Danny is our youngest. She's 8 years old now. She has a rare form of cerebral palsy. Before coming to Hearts, Danny didn't walk on her own. She would attempt to stand on her own and fall several times a day. We never had prior experience with horses, so I imagine it was intimidating for her. She loved it. We knew right away that this is where we needed to be, and this was an activity we needed to have in Danny's life. The most noticeable changes in Danny is in her mobility. She is walking, running, jumping. She is keeping up with her classmates on the playground. She's playing with kids in the neighborhood, riding bikes with them, swimming with them. She is enjoying so much more physical activity. Brooke is a little spitfire the minute she wakes up and is on the go. Brooke has been recently diagnosed with ADHD. She has a very hard time focusing, following multi-step directions. Now riding at Hearts, it's incredible to watch the focus she has while on the horse. What I'm seeing her doing really well with is looking people in the eye and saying hello. She's starting to answer with a bigger voice. Having both of the kids in a lesson together has been really fun. They are showing us a competitive streak that we haven't seen at home. Both of them push each other to keep striving for greatness. My favorite thing about Hearts is the people. Every week when we come up here, we are greeted by the most wonderful group of volunteers, staff members, instructors, wonderful horses, can't forget Bob. Everyone is so kind and so welcoming that when I come up here, and once the kids are on the horse, I can take a moment and just enjoy watching my kids have a great time. It means so much.
Equine facilitated learning and therapy utilize a horse as an assistant therapist. These sessions are held on the ground. This doesn't involve any riding, and you don't need any horsemanship skills. What we're looking for is providing an opportunity for humans and horses to interact naturally, and so we're relying on body language, sensations, and the idea of metaphor, where I can use the horse's behavior and interaction as a metaphor for what is happening for the human in the arena.
Several years ago, we started building a program called Horsepower, which is also known as Equine Facilitated Learning. We started out working with Girls Inc. of Greater Santa Barbara, and they have been an amazing partner to work with. Their goals of empowering young women and getting them to be bold and confident, it's a really great fit for services. It's an opportunity to expand what we do and meet a need that's in the community that's really important.
These young girls are so brave and so smart and so much fun that it has been really a wonderful experience.
We have 3 9-week sessions throughout the year, but we also do a summer camp with them. They get to ride 3 days, and then they do groundwork the other 2 days. And it's amazing how in 5 days, the shifts that you see with the girls' confidence, but also within the bigger structure of their families.
And our goal really is to facilitate the relationship with the horse, but also to encourage the girls as a team to work together. We talk to the girls about being the leader, about being in charge, and that the horse is relying on them to tell them what to do. They are actually learning to communicate with the horse and get that horse to follow them. That these little girls gain the confidence and the leadership to talk to their horse and then actually turn their back on this huge animal and walk around the arena with this horse following them. When they come out of that arena, I always say, "So tell me, what was that like?" One little girl said, "This was the best day of my life." That's an incredible skill and an incredible confidence builder for these girls.
Someone once remarked to me, she said, "You mean you've taken Corey riding every Saturday for 31 years? And of course, yes, I have. And I've been delighted, to do so, and she's been delighted to do so. So Corey really is one of the original students. Her biggest challenge in the early days was developmental, and her retardation made it very, very difficult for her to understand concepts like cause and effect. It took years of riding before Corey really knew that she could control the horse. That was a huge breakthrough. We've really been through kind of the opposite of some kids who are the clients of Hearts. In the case of Corey, her physicality has deteriorated. When she started riding, she didn't have any braces, and the wheelchair has been a big change for her. That's why we're very excited about the lift. She calls it flying. We want her to be able to keep walking as long as she possibly can, and she can do that on the horse through the 2 points and trotting. All those kinds of activities maintain and improve her core strength. My favorite thing about Hearts is the joy that it brings Corey. And she likes an audience. So she can get an audience, when she comes up here. She likes to perform. She likes to tell her knock-knock joke.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Dwayne.
Dwayne.
Dwayne, who?
Dwayne the bathroom. I'm drowning.
Okay, I will Dwayne it.
She loves ribbons. So the horse show is a big deal, but it doesn't make any difference whether it's a yellow ribbon or a red ribbon or a blue ribbon. My favorite picture is her looking at a red ribbon, and I mean, just the expression on her face. We're working now on this physical deterioration, and we're going to keep working on that so that Corey will be able to ride for the rest of her life. It means a great deal to me. It really does. And I know it means a great deal to Corey.
All of this could not work if we didn't have our dedicated volunteers. They devote so much time to us and they develop really deep connections with their participants.
Volunteers don't just come and volunteer their time, they volunteer their hearts. They connect with our participants, they connect with our horses, they connect with each other.
They are the most supportive, committed, non-judgmental group of people. It is core to what we do, and we could not have any successes without our volunteers.
Often we have people who come because they love horses. But what we hear time and time again is that I came for the horses, but I stayed for the people.
They become a family together, a supportive family here to root on our participants, to be here to cheer them on, and to really advocate for them. It's rewarding work up here.
Hearts utilizes a lot of volunteer hours. We have almost 18,000 hours a year, which is the equivalent of 9 full-time staff members. Their donation of time is such a critical aspect of how we're able to continue on as our program grows. But in addition to that donation of time, we also require donations of funds. It's important to us to keep our costs low for our participants. A lot of times the people in our programs have a lot of other costs that are going on in their lives.
One of the ways we're able to keep our costs low is receiving contributions from the community. So, for example, the lift was donated to us. The coverings that we have for the viewing areas were donated to us. Hearts was built from the ground up from generous contributions from our community, which means that we can in turn provide these services at lower costs for our participants, which hopefully allows even more people to receive the benefits of our programs.
You know, when I think of Hearts and think of coming to Hearts, I always have a smile on my face.
We all have a commitment to make this a better place, and we all care greatly about each other.
It's about love. It's loving the horses. It's loving the students. It's watching the students smile and glow and giggle.
Everything we do up here, we do with all of our heart. We do with a ton of love. We do it with a ton of support.
What Hearts means to me is inclusivity with everybody here, with the people, with the volunteers, with our horses, with nature. It's a connection with all of those pieces, and it's a connection through love.
We have a lot of heart here at Hearts.